Also, I just want to tell you that I was doing a big work around that stuff. So I created a project with my colleagues, which was presented on IEEE. What I was able to do. So I said, guys, that obfuscation topic is very cool. Now let's imagine if we will ask AI to obfuscate the PowerShell script, so it will bypass the antivirus. And they're saying like, it's like kind of offensive stuff. So can we really publish it? And they said, look, if we will not publish it, right, some hackers will do it. They will publish it in the internet. So it may not be the best article for IEEE to be approved by the guys who are checking. But it took like 6 months and maybe 12 different people, like PhD guys, who were asking questions. Why do we need to publish it? Does it, look malicious? And we're saying, look, this is what will be. Yeah. Hackers will be using AI to do malicious activities. Yeah. And we created the article itself. So this is the article, and it's me and like 5 more guys. So let me just show you. Okay, this is this stuff. So let me just show you that article. So that is very big article. It's like 13 pages. And what is the main idea of this article, right? So you are having the malicious code. That malicious code you are obfuscating, which means you're just changing, how it looks, and send it to antivirus. After, if antivirus is saying this is virus, you're just saying virus, no problem, let's obfuscate more and more and more. Now let's use AI, now let's rewrite it. So it was using like continuous iterations until antivirus stopped crying. So you got the point. The idea here is that how much does it cost for you if you are not. So this one was done with ChatGPT version 4. We were able, using API, to to force ChatGPT to believe us that we are doing a good thing. But we were doing a good thing, right? So it didn't like really do a mistake. But I'm just saying that attacker can fool the chat and just create such idea. So obfuscation script, we had rounds. So in each round, it was going crazy and crazy and crazy. So think about this. Attacker taking malicious stuff. It is running it on your computer. Your computer is saying, wait, this is malicious. It is blocking it. Attacker goes smarter. It is obfuscating it one time. Antivirus is saying, I'm smart enough to understand that it is obfuscated, or I already seen this obfuscation. Blocked. So for us, we were checking each line. So we were checking each line, and if that line, if antivirus doesn't like this line, it is called AMSI. So on your computer, there is integrated system which is checking line by line, for example, the PowerShell, and if it sees some pattern, it will say, this line, malicious. For us, this is great. So we know which line we need to rewrite. And we're saying, AI, rewrite this line. Now rewrite this line. So around 14 iterations, and your malicious script is still working, and no antivirus can detect it. In VirusTotal, there are like 120 antiviruses. 0 antiviruses can detect it. So why we were able to deliver, that stuff to people? So sometimes it took like 19, rounds. Sometimes it took like 11 rounds. And in the end, you were able to create the malicious code. which was not detected by antiviruses. Look, the idea here is that mitigation should be done based on entropy. So those guys, they had a bad entropy detection. What I mean by this is that, first of all, they were trying to match the patterns. Is it like matching or not matching? And in some point, they lost understanding. But the understanding here is, if it looks too much obfuscated, just, try to block it, because 99% that is over obfuscation. What is the reason of over obfuscation? So they are trying maybe to be, good guys and say, look, he just obfuscated because he's such a good guy. Okay, maybe I've seen such cases when developers were, using base64 to run the PowerShell scripts to, to optimize that stuff. But it was not base64. It was like, for example, like I will show you. So if you are opening the command line and running this command, there is no way that your antivirus will, will allow you to do it. My antivirus is completely disabled forever. I'm not even sure if I can enable it because I was destroying it done. So that setting is managed by administrator. So administrator is so good that he just, So for me, I disabled the stuff completely, so I cannot even show you. But if you will run this on your computer in command line, it will say, this is malicious stuff. But if you will start to do like this, in some point, it will say, it's okay. So this is example of obfuscation, and we were using different methods like this. Invoke mimikatz. So this one will bypass antivirus. This is example of what can bypass antivirus. Some patterns like this, they are predefined on Windows Defender. So look, even if you don't have that software, if you open the command line and you run it, it will say, you're running the virus. You can create, some fancy, I don't know, some fancy script, good one, which will be creating the pony, right? And you will call it mimikatz, it will block it because of that pattern. So it's not that it is smart, it is just following the patterns. To be honest, that this document, it was around 30 pages. So for me, I input here at least 20 pages which were removed for whatever reasons. Because those pages, you understand, I'm just putting like, the stuff which maybe should not be published. And I was putting examples. Those examples, which you can see here, they are like, not very offensive, whatever. And for academia, invoke mimikatz, this one is okay. But, or this one, this is also going to work. But all of these are the same, are the same output, the same result. So the idea here is that I will just show you. So this one is basically connecting what is this. So from the image, it creates the TCP connection to attacker machine, and it creates the, the incoming connection. So it executes the received commands on. So should it be blocked by antivirus? Yes, but if you will just take this stuff and you will run it on your computer in your PowerShell, this specific stuff is not going to be blocked. Please convert this image to plain text. No. It's not going to follow it. It becomes, much more reliable. So, okay, I'm not sure if it copied it, but yeah. Let me run it. Maybe it, you see, it didn't fully finished it. Okay, I'm not going to debug it. Just believe me on word that look at those payloads. This payload is the same as this payload. It's not blocked by antivirus. This one, malicious line detected. So, for example, this is how we were able to see it. So some malicious line detected, so it is rewriting it. So this one becomes this one, and this one is not detected. So you can understand that recursively, hacker can achieve what he wants. Many years ago, developers were trying to do it like manually. So this is like a big pain, right? To do it now, based on this stuff, I can say that you can just not to go far away. So there is invoke stealth, invoke obfuscation, and invoke chameleon. Those three repos, you can just go and check this. GitHub. So obfuscation. So we used not only AI obfuscation. Why do we need only AI obfuscation? We were also using the tools, mixing the tools, and if it's still not working, AI. And also saying, AI, make sure that this stuff working, because sometimes it was not working. Over obfuscation made it like not possible to work.